Now recording.
Worf,
Now
tell me about this
recording.
episode of Jimmy Neutron you
Okay,
watched.
so there's a episode of Jimmy Neutron where Carl's having a nightmare, right? And the whole thing is Carl is completely jealous of Jimmy, and he wants to be Jimmy. But the end of the episode is Jimmy's like, "Oh, I need to do something ridiculous that Carl would never expect." So he fucking kisses what's her face, the girl rival, right? Uh
Cindy
Yeah, Cindy.
Vortex?
Yeah, Cindy. I'm bad with names. Shut up. Uh, she then walks into Jimmy's house at the end of the episode and slaps him. Like, there's no way this works unless the CIA are monitoring whatever Jimmy's doing at that current time, and we're like, just so you know, Cindy, because she's clearly a handler, right?
Oh, Cindy's a handler, you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
because, she's always setting Jimmy up to do something fucking horrendous. Like, every episode where she's, the rival, it's her basically pushing Jimmy to play God.
It's funny how Jimmy Jimmy and Cindy was such a funny cartoon relationship where it was
Well
he showed zero interest in her until suddenly there was another guy who showed interest in her, that
no,
being
he
Timmy
starts showing
Turner.
interest
And
in
then
her.
he
No. He starts showing interest in her when they swap bodies, and then Carl and her best friend have to sort their brains, meaning that they are very likely fused as one person in that moment.
And then that's when they become true love, when their
Right.
brains meld in a
Here's the thing.
spiritual sense.
Before that episode, Cindy and Jimmy are Cindy, like I said, she's goading him into really horrible things.
Or if your mic sounds weird and there's a consistent noise in the background.
Oh, sorry. That whole show, there's no way it isn't Jimmy Neutron is noticed by the feds and they're like, "Oh shit. We need to construct this carefully crafted life around him." Because you know who one of the only people in the entire series with access to the internet is?
Who?
Cindy.
Wow. Crazy.
Conspiracies.
Gingy, what do you think about Jimmy Neutron?
To it.
What'd you say, Gingy? You cut out. It sounds like you were 8,000 feet away from your mic.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
I'm fine with Jimmy Neutron. It's just a show.
Gingy, why do you sound sad?
I'm not.
What's wrong, buddy?
Who broke your heart?
I have an
Gingy?
issue this week.
Okay, it's my turn now. I don't care whose turn it is. It's mine now.
It's not anybody's turn. We're still in the cold open.
Oh, fantastic. It's my turn then.
Okay, I guess you can go first. And with that, we'll stop talking about the Jimmy Neutron that Warvicus was watching, and we'll get
No
into the
fucking
show.
We're back on Jimmy Neutron?
Dude,
It's
so
been at
fucking
least
silly.
2 or 3 episodes.
Jimmy will be like, "Oh man, I need a chemistry kit. What will I do? Oh, I'm going to brainwash my parents with a hypnogun."
That's pretty sick.
Everyone is just fine with this.
Also,
Are
Warv,
they
you're having
really fine
you're
with
cutting
it?
out a little bit. I don't know what's up with your connection.
Okay, is that better?
Can we just
Right now, yeah.
Can we just admit that
Okay.
Jimmy Neutron is basically the family-friendly version of Stewie Griffin from Family
He's
Guy?
not family friendly though.
That's
Rewatching this show,
retarded.
he's fucking evil. His solution to every problem is play God with people's minds.
Yeah, does it work most of the time?
He invents narcotics, and
He's
Hitler.
Hitler.
His solution to getting people off narcotics is make the narcotics zap people's mouths.
He's
kind of like the
Sanchez.
CIA.
Yeah,
Well, so he
that's the whole
invented
thing.
narcotics and
From
then
Richard
made the
and Mortimer.
Every solution to a problem he has is what would the worst conspiracy theory feds be doing? Oh,
What
Jimmy
would
does that.
Satan Einstein do?
Yeah, exactly. And every
Einstein,
episode
die.
generally starts with him electrocuting Carl and Sheen in some fucking deranged experiment.
Well, that's just
I
shocking
don't-
now, isn't it?
I don't remember it being this way.
I didn't either, but rewatching it, yeah, Jimmy's fucking terrifying.
I'm taking you at face value, Warp, and I really hope you're not like gaslighting me about this, because
No.
if he's not electrocuting
Here's
Carl and
another
Sheen, I'm going to
weird
be
random
disappointed.
thing.
Jimmy Neutron is different than you
Okay,
remember.
I'm gonna do a video on Jimmy
This
Neutron
summer.
when I'm done with the show because I have to. Like, watching this, I can make a fucking 10-hour video on this.
Is Jimmy Neutron the darkest cartoon ever to air on Nickelodeon Network?
No, is Jimmy Neutron a federal government experiment? That's gonna be the video.
Okay.
Did you know Jimmy Retroville is on the West Coast? Which is like considered the core of most conspiracies involving the government.
Oh God Almighty!
So we have to review Jimmy Neutron the movie on the movie review show
Oh,
now, don't
absolutely! I'm so in on this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a movie that has been years since I've fucking seen.
Yeah,
also have not
that's
seen
gonna
that
be the
one in a
first
while.
video on my YouTube channel. Is Jimmy Neutron a Fed?
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck! If you start uploading, that's going to be great.
Oh yeah, we're doing this.
Dude,
I want to see
you're gonna be a
Warficus video essays that are just like unhinged conspiracy theories.
Okay, I've got two in the works. I've got this one, and then I've got another one comparing Ender's Game to Starship Troopers because I'm a sci-fi nerd.
Oh, dude,
I mean-
dude, I would love to watch your Starship Troopers video. Like, I fucking love Starship Troopers.
Okay,
I've
but
never
have you
seen
ever
this
read
film.
Ender's Game?
I think probably a while ago when I was in like middle school, maybe.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
so
gonna
that's
be-
most people.
I'm going to be the guy, and I'm going to ask: did Ender's Game come out before Minecraft?
I don't know.
God,
I think so. I
damn
think
it,
it's actually like
Blackburn.
no. Ender's Game's like really old. It just got popular like years later.
Yeah, because of the movie.
Okay, who's the most autistic person in this call? And then tell me where Enderman, like, what's the lore on that?
I can
Where
tell
did
you
the
'cause
name come from?
Ender, the writer wanted to look. I've been researching this for a video. I've told you. The writer wanted to like name a character that was like he's the Ender. He is the end of a civilization. Because major spoilers for anyone who hasn't read this fucking 40-year-old
Oh,
book. Ender is basically a government creation, like complete like gene mod baby, that was designed tailor-made to commit genocide.
good thing they don't do that in real life.
But the funny thing about the story is like everyone in the story is like gene
Oh, did you
modded.
catch that, Riley?
I did not catch that. What?
I said, good thing they don't do that in real life.
Well, that's the funny thing about it is they do. But
Good job explaining the joke, War. Really, really good
Yeah.
stuff. What
yeah,
you're
but
doing.
like
Mass
you read that
shootings.
book in middle school and you're like, wow, this is a really gay power fantasy. You read that book now and you're like, oh shit.
1984.
Literally 1984.
Oh, it's worse.
In
It's actually
space.
it actually presents a almost worse society than 1984.
In space.
Not really in space. In Ender's Game, humanity never gets out of Sol. Besides one like fucking heritage ship fleet that they send to go genocide some bugs.
Not in space.
But yeah, my whole prose for that is basically Ender's Game presents a humanity that cannot get over that it has to blow up aliens, and Starship Troopers it presents a humanity that is completely fine with itself being murderous assholes.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Should we start the show for real now?
Well, that was the cold open, right?
Yeah. All right.
Let's
Here
go.
we go. Ahem. Welcome to the Issue Crew. It's the show where we all have issues both with our lives and with each other. I am your host, Riley. Of course, I am joined by a wacky cast of characters. As usual, you know him, you love him, he's your favorite guy. It's Captain Blackbread.
Oh man, you outed me as the favorite guy.
Yo, he's the favorite?
Unfortunately, that's the only one of our good hosts that's here. We also have Warficus.
What the
What?
fuck?
What the
I'm
hell?
not good. I just gave you like a 10-minute cold open on Jimmy Neutron and like the horrors of the government.
No, you're right.
What do
You're
you
pretty
mean
good.
Worf isn't a good host?
Worf's pretty
You're a
good.
piece
Worf's
of
What the
shit.
fuck? Fuck you.
Worf's pretty good. Worf's pretty good.
I'm Morphicus though. I will be making more
got lumped
content.
in with the other two. I apologize for that friendly fire. Worf's pretty good. Then there's Kang.
Wow, wow.
Damn.
Kang
up,
the
guys?
Quiet.
And then there's Gingy, who we can at least say is better than Kang.
Nah, I fucking hate myself too. It's fine. We can hate me together.
We can hate me together.
Damn.
I hate myself too, buddy. I hate myself too.
Cry a little.
Nah, I love
fix that.
Kang. I love Gingy. I love Captain Blackbread. I love Warficus. They're my favorite, all of them.
I hate all of you. Y'all fucking suck nuts.
You're all gay.
I mean, is that not like a percentage though? That is a solid percentage of you. In fact, would it not be 25% of you, as far as I know,
I
unless
think
somebody is on a
20% is the
spectrum?
number you're looking for, not 25.
No,
Not on
because
any
like Kang,
spectrum. I'm just a schizo.
Oh, Kang's like a little bit gay. Yeah, you're right. That's
I think so.
fair.
Yeah.
I'm not gay. Fuck you.
Wait,
Oh,
you're not gay?
No.
No.
no, he
Shit.
just likes
fuck?
men.
Yeah.
Don't call him gay.
Look, I don't like men because I like men. I like men because I hate women, and that's not gay.
I love women, man. I'm not afraid to say it. Okay,
You love women, men?
I love women, man. The man, not men. I don't love women, men. Well, I do love women, men.
Yeah, you
But I
would. You
love.
would
Okay,
say
the
that.
percentage is going up as you guys say this thing.
No,
these things.
not like in that. Well,
No, he's definitely that way.
I will be the first to say, however, that, during the pandemic, that percentage was a little bit higher for me because nobody wanted to come out of their houses. So only some people did. Take
yeah,
a fucking guess.
I don't think I could do it with a penis. That's a cutoff for me, unfortunately. There's some baddies out there.
You're gonna
who
cut
I-
off your penis?
No. There's some baddies out there who have a penis, but I don't think I could handle it. It would just be weird.
What, you wouldn't go for Demi?
Bad
No,
cops, bad
definitely
cops.
not.
What you gonna do?
Damn, I would.
What
Demi's
you
pretty
gonna
good.
do when they come for you?
That's gross. Don't say that about Demi Gloom. But
I didn't say anything about Demi Gloom.
who's the
which-
bitch? Who's the like conservative trans bitch who Alex Jones looked at her tits once?
Blair
she's
White.
pretty hot. Blair
Dude,
White.
Alex-
That's it.
Okay, no. Deep lore on Alex Jones, he's real down bad for trannies.
I have heard
No
this
surprise.
of him.
Yeah, no. That's like a huge thing. There was like a stream he did recently where he was like doing looking at swimsuit models or something. Because it was like after the Trump assassination attempt or something. It was really fucking funny. And then like an ad comes on with a bunch of like transgender people. He's like, turn this on. He's like fucking sweating.
That's really funny.
He's sweating because it's so
Oh
sexy.
god.
Yeah, well, because he's like he really likes fucking trannies. It's his like dark secret. That's not really a secret.
So
It's not really
I'm-
that dark either. Like, why we gotta normalize this shit?
Well,
Some
no, but
people
it,
are
like-
just into femininity, and
Well,
and
it
I
like
get
really
that.
fucks him up because he has a wife and like kids.
Would
Oh.
would anybody here fuck a post-op trans woman? She's got a vagina in there. It's
no,
been
You know what?
installed.
Oddly
Oh, look.
enough, no, I wouldn't because
Listen.
it would just be too weird for me.
It's,
I think you just got what you got and deal with it because
I think-
anything else looks strange.
I think the technology's just not there. I'll be real.
You don't think so?
No, I think my answer to this question every time is, look, I'm sure, like, it might help you feel better about yourself, but if you just wait, like, 10 years, you'll get whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I mean, plus like
Yeah, the fake vagina technology will surely improve over time.
Yeah, like, it's not, like, unreal to think that it would, get better.
I think it's
If it
like
got better, would you?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be more like you're sticking it in like an open axe wound, you know?
I mean, they are
Gang,
called axe
that's
wounds,
very
aren't
right
they?
wing. That's very right wing rhetoric. What you're saying, gang. Demigloom would disapprove of this.
But yeah, you just, like, wait a few years. We're, like, on the precipice of, like, god tier technology, and
Oh,
everyone's
don't
like,
say
"I'm going."
precipice.
I mean, plus come on, they give you a little something to hold on to while you're fucking like
Like, they're already growing wombs in labs. Like, guys have been implanted already. I think the first guy died, but, there's one that's still alive right now.
we don't talk about the first guy.
Well, everyone's gets there's always that first guy who does never, never makes it. Uh, so it goes.
Yeah, I mean, somebody had to test the parachute.
Exactly.
He
So Gingy,
died so the first man could
Gingy,
get
you didn't answer the
pregnant.
question. I know your answer to the question, but just as a formality, tell the audience.
Nope.
No, okay, no, okay. That's what I knew you were gonna say. So I have a follow-up question for you.
What?
If a scientist came to you and he was like, Gingy, I've done it. Okay, I've cracked the code. I've perfectly I've perfectly replicated the female vagina down to a perfect science. There's nothing different about this vagina than any female vagina, and I've applied it to this transgender woman who is extremely conventionally female attractive. And now she has a identical to a real human female vagina. Would you do it?
What's German for no? Nine.
No, why not?
Because I
Are
can
you
get
that
genuine
principled?
action.
I mean,
No,
like, that
but
sounds
I can
great.
get genuine action whenever I fucking want to, so I'm good. I
But
don't
like,
want to.
here's a
But what
question,
if it was like
Riley.
the hottest chick you'd ever seen?
Here's a question, Riley. At what point does like a person need to tell you they're transgender? Like,
As soon as they
if
start
you are
talking
lit.
to you, like always.
No, but like if you've like perfected transition technology and it's literally like impossible to tell, uh, does that person even really need to tell you at that point?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Gingy, if you fell
What?
in
Yeah,
love,
if you're trying to have a child.
if you
well,
Dude,
fell
yeah,
I
in
don't know
love with a
why
that's
you're
totally.
trying
beautiful,
so hard to get me to try to say yes to this kind of question. It's
I'm
just
bringing up a completely different like side thing here because like yeah, you say that, my friend, but like if you have perfect womb like growing technology, which we're getting very close to, uh yeah, you can have a child with this
yeah. Once
person.
trans women can get pregnant, it's over.
Yeah. Like this
Oh
I
man,
have
what
I
kind of
have said
babies
for
that gonna produce?
I have said for years, and I will continue to say this. The whole trans debate is a technology issue, and it will very fast turn into a technology debate.
I hope the technology becomes like perfect and it just like is not even a problem anymore. I just want
Okay.
full.
Well,
Uh,
plastic surgery, for example, for years and years was considered like the same way we would consider like a perfect trans technology now. Eventually, it just gets accepted because, that it's good enough and it doesn't really cause too many issues, right?
yeah, no,
Um,
I would like to see it perfected. That would be. No,
They just have to stop killing themselves.
what we really need to do, though, is fix our telomeres because if you didn't know, in your DNA, there's this thing called a telomere cap, and it makes you die around 100. And some scientists have figured out, hey, if you just remove that, you can just live. You don't need
This
to
doesn't
worry about.
sound. This
What
doesn't
the
sound real at
fuck are you
all.
talking
Well, the
about?
issue is live editing of DNA is really dangerous, and they have not figured a way to do this properly.
Okay, well, like, what if we just
Look this
like
shit up.
stuff
It's
ourselves
crazy.
with jellyfish? Like, and then we'll live forever, right? Does
No,
jellyfish live forever?
no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Nazis were trying that, and a lot of people died.
It's just like Shove some jellyfish in him. In fact, I think Hitler is a jellyfish now because when he survived.
He turned himself into a jellyfish, much like Pickle Rick. He became
Yeah,
jellyfish
that's what I was
Hitler.
thinking. Shit.
All I'm saying
Turned
is,
myself. I turned myself into a jellyfish.
all I'm
Wait,
saying
what?
is,
That's
it's
not even the
very
right accent,
likely.
is it?
Oh yeah, I am a jellyfish.
It is very likely that not only will we live to see like perfect body modification, but we might be the very first generation to actually live forever. Kind of
No,
crazy to
they've
think
probably been
about.
saying that for fucking decades.
No, 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 no. It's the advances in medical technology are unreal. It's just you don't see most of it because it's almost all in like, you know, like testing stuff.
Well, some people I don't want to live forever, like Jay Inslee, the
Well,
Washington
some
State
people would say
governor, who
that's
I hope slips
some
on a
people would say
banana
there would be
peel.
like a depopulation agenda to get rid of all the people you wouldn't want to live forever, but that's just a conspiracy.
Uh,
I wouldn't
I
dive too deep into that.
I absolutely had to finish what I said because what I said is one of my favorite things to say about our governor, and that is, I really hope that Jay Inslee slips and falls into a speeding bullet.
Yeah, that's a pretty unlikely scenario, but we can all pray.
I would laugh if it happened, yes. It'd be very funny. But I would not condone any speeding bullets to fly at politicians.
Yeah, me neither. That's awful.
No,
But
no,
if he
no,
slipped on
for
a
sure
banana
not.
peel, even without the speeding bullet, would still be pretty funny. Just
If
like down the
If
Capitol
Joe Biden
steps.
slipped on a banana peel and he fell on his bottom with
He would
no,
die. That would be the end of him.
oh, you think so?
He would turn into mush when he hit the ground.
No, if he hit his head, that'd be bad. But if he fell on his bottom, I think he'd be
His
okay.
bottom.
His bottom.
I
He
like the way
will
you say
melt
that.
into the ground like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Just fucking dissolves
Yep.
right there. I melted.
No, more like disintegrating. He'll hit the ground, his bones will turn to dust, and he'll just be a pile of mush.
No, you just hear like a jibbing sound, like as he's like falling to the floor, and he just fucking explodes.
Or he no clips into the Earth's core. That would be cool too.
Would be pretty cool. We
Did I
should
say
probably.
no clip? Wait, is that the wrong term? Okay, I think people know what I'm saying.
Yes, of
This
course
is a
they do.
show with issues, though.
It did. I was about to say. I think it's about time we do what we're supposed to do here tonight. So
Right, I'm going first then, still.
well, we gotta talk about who won, which is nobody.
God
But
damn it, why are you people not voting? What the
Eh,
fuck is wrong with you guys?
We usually give them like a day to vote. Riley, maybe we should do like a we give people a week to vote, and then we go over the vote on the show before the last.
Wait, I got one. What if we post the straw poll in the Discord?
Yeah, that would be
that's
funny.
retarded because then they're voting without having listened.
Well, you just
Well,
post the show there.
post the episode and then post the straw poll right underneath it.
No, because then people are just gonna vote without having listened. That ruins the whole point.
Then it makes it random, which is even more fun.
It's not. Then it's nothing. Then the
You know,
vote
people
means
vote
nothing.
on the biggest problem without listening. It's fine.
Well, why aren't people voting?
Listen,
Surely
man.
you know.
Yeah, because nobody's listening.
That can't be true. I mean, unless you
This
guys
shows
went
us
and watched the last episode like
shows us
20-something times.
schizophrenically screaming to no one. People click on it and then click off.
No, because the view won't count unless they actually stay there for some time.
No, that's not true.
No, that is true.
I think that used
I remember
to be
reading
true.
that. That was an update. Oh, did they change it again?
I don't know. Did they change this recently?
Anyways,
No,
a
it's
vote's
been
a
this way
vote.
for like at least half a decade. Yeah, it's got to be like 5 years or more.
Over half a decade.
Over half a decade.
See, I never watched the original Biggest Problem, but I still fucking know every. The Maddox inflection is beautiful. How does that man talk like
Have
that?
you never heard the original Biggest Problem? It's the best podcast to ever exist in the history of the world.
I just, I've never really cared to listen.
Because Maddox is so spineless that he is also turning himself into a jellyfish.
It's
And
also
that's why
like
we're not
really
hearing
hard
from
to
him.
find. Like sometimes it's just inaccessible.
Wait, what do you mean it's hard to find? It's the
Is it not
easiest
on
thing to
Audible?
find
Is
in the
the
world.
Uncucked edition?
Oh. Oh shit, yeah, that was made. I need to watch that. Listen, I'm a lazy person. Shut up.
Understandable.
Please, can I post the straw poll in the Discord?
I don't know why you would.
Get some interaction.
Yeah, right?
Some
To get
meaningless
some interaction.
It's meaningless. It's without meaning.
You don't have to tell them that you love them.
I love all of you personally. Everybody out there. All the men, the women, the children, all the senior citizens, all the blacks and the Chinese and the
And
all of
especially the
them.
What
gays. You
about the
really like
Ugandese?
gay people.
Especially the gay.
What about the Ugandans? You fucking skipped them,
Love
didn't
the
you?
Ugandans. They're great.
What about the
All of our
Ethiopians?
Ugandan
I
listeners.
like when Knuckles says, "Do you know the way, my brothers?" and then makes a clicking noise. It's my favorite thing about Uganda.
Damn. Imagine the entire country, just for a while, was only known for fucking Uganda knuckles.
Maybe if we put the Uganda knuckles, more people will recognize us.
Also,
No.
that's one of the countries where it's illegal to be gay. Just straight up. You
Ah,
can't.
shit.
You could be jailed for it.
Don't like that.
Well,
Man,
at least
you're
we're not
Folks,
killing them.
You're fucking someone up the ass and you get put in jail.
Yeah, that's gonna fix that situation for sure. Put him in prison. He'll stop
yeah,
fucking guys then.
that's the ass
The
fucking
all
factory.
men prison.
It's like you ever think sometimes they think, oh shit, that place is gonna be heaven.
Yeah. Send him to the sodomy factory. Certainly he won't be
When,
committing any more sodomy in there.
when people do that joke where they're like, "Yeah, that guy works at the gay butt sex factory." The gay butt sex factory is prison. That's just what it's called. It's the gay butt sex factory.
Hey, but what about those women that are attracted to criminals and they like get nailed through the bars?
Oh, well, that's just hot.
You think so?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Riley's into that.
Oh. Sex like through the bars or specifically women that are into criminals?
That just seems like cool. It's like, hell yeah, I'm in prison, but I'm still getting laid. Let's
Well, it's
go by a
cool if
chick.
you're the criminal, but also not cool if you're the criminal because you're stuck in prison.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
Yep. Are you saying that like oh, never mind. Nothing. Your idea of getting like constantly laid is you're gonna have to become a criminal and then hope that the prison guard, the one female prison guard, picks you.
I know, because they're always like fat and have like a mole.
Yeah, well,
A
hey,
mole
sometimes the mole
They
gets
have to not be hot, or else
Sometimes the
they're
mole
gonna get
gains
raped by
sentience
the
and leaves.
inmates.
Yeah, right. That's what I was about to say. Sometimes if you're gonna fucking all over her face, like the mole's gonna get covered.
That's first of all, that's gross. Second of all, and yeah, that's what it is. Like I know I just said a pretty intense sentence, but it's true. Like they're all raping each other in prison. If there's a hot fucking chick guard, she's gonna be in some trouble, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of prisons actually do just hire female guards.
Yeah, but they gotta be like fat Karen looking bitches. You can't hire a
No,
hot chick to
it's
be a
it's
guard.
more of like a security thing. Like a low sec prison wouldn't really care, but like a high security would.
Do they get to shave in prison? I don't I like
They get all
fucking
sorts of things. Well, once again, it's like a security thing. Like a mid-sec prison, they can have like lighters and stuff. Like it's not an issue.
Worf's prison corner.
Worf knows everything about prison because he thinks the government's gonna put him there, so he needs to make sure he's ready.
Yeah, clearly that's my game here.
You gotta come off as not crazy just to get like put in a low sec fucking prison.
Well, one day when they come into Warficus's house when he's not there and move shit around, they're just gonna stay and they're gonna be there to arrest him when he comes home. That's gonna be all over. They're gonna
Well,
Just
shut
like
him
kicking the door
down.
down, just like
Here's
FBI,
to a
open
hot
up.
prison guard.
for being
Yeah.
you're fucking arrested for being too funny. Life in prison.
That's
gave
what's
him
gonna
too much
happen
of
to
the
This
me.
could
ha-ha,
happen to the
he-he's
January
life in
6th
prison,
guys. They
fuckface.
got life. They got life in prison for being too funny.
No, they didn't get life in prison. Did anybody in January 6th get life in prison?
No, not literally life in prison, but they got like fucking 15, 20 years. Some of them.
Oh, I hope they get pardoned.
I'm
That'll be
sorry,
nice.
but that
Yeah.
wasn't a riot. That was a peaceful protest. I'm fucking sorry.
That was just some people checking out the fucking the Capitol building.
It
Well,
was like
what's really
I think there's a middle ground between peaceful protest and insurrection.
no. Here's the funny thing.
I don't care
They,
about
like,
erections. We're talking about checking out the fucking Capitol building. And
literally
they
Yeah,
a
let
yeah,
them
year
yeah.
before
in,
that.
so it's like I don't fucking care what you call it. The
Black Lives
cameras show everything
Matter,
that
a year
happened.
before
So that's
that, went into the same building and trashed the fucking place, and no one fucking gives a fuck.
Wait, that
What, talking about
happened?
by large
Yeah.
mansions?
because all the lights were off and it was dark and they couldn't see him.
No, they just let. That's the thing. They just let him in. It's a good bit though.
Yeah, well worth it.
Oh, them
They
fucking
blended
glowies.
into the night
Like a thief in the night.
like a thief in the night, folks. I guess I was about to just take the baton and go first, but I guess we already preordained the Captain Blackbread was going first.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you guys distracted me because you kept interrupting me when I tried to get here. This is a rare treat, guys. I get to break the tie because I heard the episode and I wasn't there, so
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
I can ordain. It was okay. My listening
Shit.
experience was probably impeded by the fact that I had to listen at fucking 2 times speed, which I wouldn't have had to do if you motherfuckers wrote the issues down.
I had my issues written. Oh, you mean like okay,
like in
yeah,
the
nobody
Discord
actually put
chat,
him in the
so I know
Discord.
what they are. Yes, although it's good because I had to do a lot of editing on the guests, so I guess I'm glad I caught that. Which you thought it was a speech thing. I'm pretty sure it was a Discord thing because like it would happen in the middle of words sometimes, and then
Yeah,
it would like, flow back into the same word. Like it sounded like it was Discord fucking up, not like a thing.
yeah, you're probably right on that. On my second listen through. I mean, the first listen through being I was there, and
I
then the
tried to
second listen
fix
through
it. I
being the
tried to
actual
fix it as much as
episode.
I can. Like I tried to take all the really bad gaps and like edit them the best that I could. But there's probably still some gaps in there, and all the edited together ones have like kind of a robot-y sound because the tone is not consistent in between one instance and the other. It's rough. We've been having a lot of audio issues lately. It's fucking pissing me off. I wish the show would just sound normal. Why is it
Yeah.
so hard to make it sound good?
Well, I mean, if we all have our own tracks, then can't you adjust anybody's audio at any time?
Yes, but that takes like fucking 70 years. I would never finish the show.
But you end up with a beautiful product in the end. It really is worth it. It's how I do my videos.
Yeah, it's like even if I gave it to you, you don't even know how to like edit. You just know how to level audio, which I've figured out how to do automatically with a robot now.
It does a fucking hard job, though.
Is it not
Oh
good
my God.
now?
Hold on, can you guys hear that?
No, hear
Do
what?
you hear the really dissonant ice cream truck?
No,
No.
I did
It's
not
playing
Oh, I
Silent Night,
almost hear
but
it.
slightly
I
off.
I almost
It's
hear it.
rough.
That's fucking
Oh,
grand.
man.
Has the show not been sounding good lately? Blackbread, I thought I was doing good with the leveling. It sounded pretty consistent.
Oh,
from
no,
what
I
I've
mean, like,
heard.
some people are just louder than others and then, like, totally get drowned out. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just raise some people's volumes, I think then, you'll get it. That's if everybody actually has their own separate track.
Which they do. If only we had somebody who knew how to edit multiple tracks efficiently
If only
and
we
do
had a
all the
Sean.
things. We need a Sean, yeah, exactly. We need a tried and true audio engineer
Or at
to
least a Tim Chains.
tackle this. It's true. I wonder how many of the issue crews I don't even know are fucked up. That's the unfortunate reality is like I've uploaded a lot of these without listening to them, and it's kind of Russian roulette.
Yeah, Russian, all right, but not like, oh, fuck. You know what? Never mind.
They don't
I'm
have time
aborting
to
that
listen to
joke.
the whole thing. I do too many shows to listen to the whole thing every time. So I gotta kind of like click around a little bit and be like, this seems like it's not fucked up.
Look,
And then I'll get a comment from Captain Blackbread, and it's like, fucking why did this happen?
I'm just letting you know. In case you didn't know.
I'm glad that I know, and it horrifies me to know how many videos on this channel might just be unfucking watchable, and I don't even know about it.
I don't know. But well shit, I guess one of these days when actually shit, I'm almost in a position to start recording the bigger Blackbreadier cast. I just gotta get the people
Wow.
together and fucking make it happen. But that's neither here nor there, other than I wanna compare the finished product and see how it sounds.
This is how Captain Blackbread's gonna slowly trickle his way out of the issue crew. I've seen it before. He's gonna get too invested in his own solo project, and it's gonna be over. It's gonna be all over.
No, not really, because I want it to just have a non-specific schedule, just like whenever I feel like doing an episode, try and get people together and do it.
That's fair. I have a show like that. Shout out to Riley Radio Live. Everybody go watch that. Pretty good show sometimes. Sometimes it
That-
doesn't hit, but you know, it happens to the
that-
best of us. Very
It's a good
spontaneous
sell.
program.
You don't sound very confident in this.
No, I think it's mostly been pretty good. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to like bash it. I've had mostly good results, but to break this fucking tie finally, Jesus Christ! I feel like we've already been here for a half hour. We probably have been.
Oh,
Fucking, we got bad
40
follow-up
minutes now,
albums.
Riley.
Did you say 40 minutes?
40 minutes.
What the fuck? We're already almost done.
fuck
In
yeah.
terms of hitting the
Get out of
minimum.
here.
Yeah, let's just leave right now.
Good episode. Thanks everyone for coming.
Cool. We'll just make another issue crew banter episode.
folks, well, I mean, maybe. Well, let's at least talk about who fucking wins, who I'm ordaining the victor. Because we got bad follow-up albums, we got overworking, we got finding work, and we got solo queue. Worf, you lose. Shitty video game issue.
What, you don't like the
Um,
gaming issues?
Sometimes they're good, but I don't play
It-
games with queues.
Well, that's the issue, right? Like, it's not just cues, though. Like, I don't think you understood the issue. It's like there are these intended multiplayer experiences, and like, if you want to be part of them, if you play alone, you're going to be fucked in the ass.
Yeah,
But that's playing
I guess I
together.
can see how that's kind of an issue, but you know. Finding work, I've had the same job for 4 years, so I just can't relate to that issue. I guess someday I probably will. There's been a lot of layoffs around, so I'm sure it'll catch up to me eventually. But yeah, maybe I'll have to retroactively declare that the winner later down the line. But today, folks, I think I'm gonna give the W to overworking, true issue that plagues us all. I've been very busy at my work. It sucks. I hate it. So Gingy wins is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey.
Gingy, you gotta get more energy. You made fun of me for not having energy, and then you're like, "Oh, Gingy, oh."
I'm so raging.
Yay!
All right. Are we doing issues?
Probably.
I'm
At
ready.
this point, we'd probably fucking be here for 2 hours or more.
No, mine's real quick though.
Unless we do micro issues.
Let's just, I mean, it's fine if we're here for 2 hours. It's also fine if we're not. Just do what you feel. We'll do some issues, however
But
long you want
It's
them
not
to
fine
be.
for me because it's overworking. I have to work early tomorrow morning.
Well, Gingy,
Should we start with you then?
Yeah, we
I
just want to
mean-
get out of here soon.
Wait,
No,
who
it's
just
alright.
said that?
Huh?
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 Was that you, Morphicus? Did you say you need to get out of here soon?
If you
Fucking
want
40
to.
minutes into the podcast?
Said if you want to.
Okay. We've completely started to ignore the issue crew constitution. I feel like it's very important. Just because you're a new crew doesn't mean the old rules don't apply, okay? You motherfuckers, if you
Well,
show
you're-
up
Your old
you
crew
show up
just
for the
kinda took it,
podcast,
and we're
if you
like,
show up-
man,
If you show up for the
Oh.
podcast, you're committed until 10:30 p.m. Eastern, unless you have
Rewriting
you
the
have
rule book, brother.
no, we can't do that unless you have not extenuating circumstances. I found out that was wrong. I found out that was a wrong way to say that. What I was saying.
Oh, happy
All
right, I'll start us
Labor
off.
Day to everybody, by the way.
Later day, later
Labor
day,
Day.
Labor Day. Hey everybody,
On
welcome to
Labor
Labor
Day.
Day.
Baby.
Oh, by the way, next
Think
next week is the
about
2 year. Is something I also forgot about until
It's the-
like today.
It's the what?
It's the 2 year show. It's 2 years of shows. Is next week.
Nice.
Nice.
So shout out to that. I'd like to say we're gonna do something special next week. I'm gonna forget about that until Monday next week and be like, well, I guess we're not doing anything special.
I'll be sure to remind you like I'm reminded every time the fucking Pope died.
Oh, did Crow get you yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad that they're keeping up on that.
I can't believe the Pope is dead.
R.I.P. the Pope. I fell for it when he sent me that son of a bitch.
Oh, did he like double down? He was like, no, the Pope actually died.
No,
Or
it's just
wait,
like
who sent the
I actually,
message?
no, it's like I actually Googled it. If you Google it, you lose.
Wait, who sent the message?
Crow
Crow.
royalty.
Oh, oops. Misgender.
Yeah, if you
No pun
Google
intended.
it, if you Google it, you lose. That's how it works. If somebody tells you lies and you have to Google them, that means you've lost the game. It's over.
So I can start
Oh.
us off.
Oh, okay.
No, the Captain Blackbread is starting us off. We established that 8 times.
I'm just going with the flow now, but all right. Ass kissers
Asskissers, okay.
or brown nosers or whatever you want to call them.
I like Asskissers.
Yeah, okay. So, we had an event, right, for Pink's birthday where we brought like her friend over and or a couple of her friends over and her friend's boyfriend is the biggest fucking ass kisser. Like just meeting this guy, he is the first time he's seen the house and he's like, "Oh, nice place you got here." And it's like, man, it's just a regular ass house. What are you saying? It's like not even clean on the outside. And it's like, I'm like, you don't gotta ass kiss that much, man. It's cool, as a joke at first. But I mean, there's other examples, but the worst one was in the morning. Everybody had been drinking, so I'm like, fuck it. We got a lot of eggs to get rid of, so I'm like, I'll just do some scrambled eggs. Fuck it. I'm just throwing the ingredients together, beating the eggs in a bowl, and he walks in. He says, "Smells good in here." I wasn't even fucking cooking anything. And at this rate, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Nothing's even cooking. He's like,
Your natural musk is just so alluring.
yeah. He's like,
I
well,
think this guy just wants to
something.
Your
fuck you.
pheromone levels.
Maybe, yeah. So it's like,
I
well,
think you're
something
misreading
smells.
all of this. This is
Yeah,
like
damn. He's actually he doesn't even like his girlfriend. He just wants me. Oh shit, yeah.
That's not even his girlfriend. He came with like a lesbian who's like playing girlfriend to like bait and switch you.
Oh yeah.
bro,
'cause-
I've had guys hit on me like that though. Like some guys just have like no balls.
Yeah. He was just like, well, something smells good. I don't know. Maybe my nose is broken from the alcohol. I'm like, okay, man. And at that rate, I'm like, I knew. I knew exactly his type. Super fake. I do not like fake people. Like ingenuine people piss me off to no end because it's like, what the fuck do you want out of me? You obviously want something out of me because ass kissing only works on stupid people. So the fact that you're trying to is already offensive in itself.
He could just have like genuine joy for the world.
Yeah.
No, that's
He's
not
a
real.
liar. What does he want? Except either my ass or my cock.
Or
That's
both.
In case he might be
gross.
gay. I don't know.
Well, like, gay people are like that, though. Like, there's a lot of gay people who are just fucking happy all the time and always just trying to, like, bring up the mood.
Yeah, but I don't want that. Don't be genuine. I don't, or no, don't be ingenuine. Not don't be genuine.
Well, sometimes it is that's like that's where I think you're fucking up here. Like, sometimes it is just genuinely like, "Oh, fuck yeah.
He
Smells
did
great
not
here."
smell the scrambled eggs before they were cooking, unless he really likes raw eggs.
No, but he could have just been using it as, like, a fucking conversation opener, like, "Oh, he sees you're cooking. Smells great here."
Well, why couldn't he just say, "What you doing there?"
Because he's gay.
Well, that's no
Well,
excuse
if
to
he
be an
is.
idiot. You could be stupid and gay, yes, but like, maybe he is just stupid and gay.
Yeah, like, that's normal.
It's like that
Oh,
sudden realization just starts hitting, just like, well,
Oh, yeah.
maybe he is this way.
Yeah,
no,
like
maybe he's just really bi, and that was just his way of expressing it. Apparently, he was about to slip me a 20 for having cooked breakfast for everybody, and I was just like, well, I mean, my reaction to hearing about the fact that he was going to do this is like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? I'm like,
The fuck do I look like,
chill out.
Gordon
Where's
Ramsay?
the fucking drunk guy I was talking to last night where we were talking about Tool and stuff? Like, what happened to that guy? He was all right, but this guy who likes the smell of raw eggs and anus, possibly. Oh, no more words. I think that's it. I don't like Asskissers,
No
and I think
more
I've explained
words.
well enough why.
No more.
Vote it up.
no more words. The time of action
Vote
is
it up.
now.
You can't see me. My time is now. Anyways. Boy, oh boy, do I have an issue for you guys.
Oh, do you? Why don't you tell us about it?
Being sick.
Yeah, that
Ah,
sucks.
that does suck pretty bad, huh?
That's got to be
Yeah.
on the list. No way.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Hold on.
Unless it was an issue so basic that like nobody picked it, for fear of thinking that somebody must have already picked it.
Doesn't look like it actually.
Wow,
That's
it's exactly as I
unreal.
explained it.
So being sick, okay.
Well, let me tell you. It's the fact that sometimes whenever, like, oh hey, your day's going great, it's on a roll. And all of a sudden, your throat starts hurting. And then the coughing sets in. And
Yeah,
then
you gotta
Oh,
stop sucking up guys at the gas station, man.
You got to
yeah.
stop sucking cock with your
shut the
lungs.
fuck up, Orf.
Yeah,
And then
it's a common
being
issue. I've encountered this.
It's because the gasoline. It's not the
Yeah, yeah,
cock.
yeah.
and then of course, whenever you're sick, all of a sudden you start feeling your energy levels dropping. Which let me tell you, I felt that the entire time, and I am not gonna lie, I fucking hated it.
Has anybody liked being sick?
I mean, hey, sick days from
So,
school,
well,
man.
yeah. Maybe you like miss school, and it's like, yeah, I really want to go to school. Fuck yeah.
I mean, there was
Dude, half the times I would play fucking hooky just to get out of going to school, man.
I see like being sick as an excuse to like not be where I'm supposed to be. So like I will kind of like be relieved. So I will like kind of try to throw up, and I will take that as an excuse to leave work.
Well, that's just because you're bulimic.
Not like apropos of nothing, but like I'll just like I'll have like my stomach will be hurting, and I'll just like stand in front of the toilet for a minute and be like, is it are we throwing in the towel? And then it will not happen, and I'll get back to work.
why don't
You're
you
just
just
like,
go into
fuck.
the bathroom, say that, or come back out, say that you threw up, and then go home?
Because I don't
I've
want
done
to
that.
I don't want to be a liar.
Well, what happens in the bathroom is none of their business, and they shouldn't question it.
Yeah?
Although I have worked for places that do question it. They're like, more than 5 minutes taking a shit in the bathroom, and it's like, what were you doing in there? I'm
What
like,
are you
dude, you
doing in
pay
there,
me
buddy?
fucking $14 an hour. What do you fucking mean? What am I doing in the bathroom? probably going to the bathroom.
No, see, whenever a boss asks me that, I ask them, "Do you want a picture?" And they never ask me again.
I'm jacking off.
Do you
Yeah,
want to see what the wall looks like after I'm done?
You want a picture, buddy? I can
Oh
text ya.
God. Slight deviation. Job Corps. When I went to Job Corps, there was one time I went into the bathroom. And like these are like big communal bathrooms, right? Like a regular public bathroom. So you can imagine that's your only privacy. If you got to beat off, that's where you're doing it. Now most people are good about it. You know, they'll beat off into a fucking wad of toilet paper or something, toss it in the toilet. You never even know it happened. But other people would just come on the walls. And there was one day I just went into the stall. And I was just like taking a shit, looking at my phone for a moment. And I bumped my elbow up against the wall. Cold jizz on my arm.
No!
It was the grossest shit.
Okay, well,
No.
here's
It was
the
worse
thing.
than like when I saw a wad of
Right.
hair in the hold on.
I want to tell you this. This is gonna make this worse for you, but that wasn't a guy jerking off. When two gay men will fuck in a stall, one guy will be pressed against the wall. That's his cum. You touched a bottom's jizz.
I don't think that makes it any less bad.
No, it makes it worse.
But why?
But what?
Was that like does
'Cause
that
two
come
people were-
more likely to have AIDS, or what are you saying?
Well, you know, I guess that's more of a personal hang-up thing, but he wasn't
I
jerking
don't
off.
I
I'll be
don't
right back
judge
for a
the
second.
cum on the wall. And also,
Yeah.
I don't think they would get away with that because there's
no,
like
people
always
do it.
somebody in the fucking building.
No,
How
no, no, no. The people do that kind of shit all the time. What are you talking about?
so what do? They just like stand on the toilet and fuck?
No, they just fucking leave.
What are they just super fast?
No, it's just no one's paying attention to what's going on in a stall.
No, but it's a whole ass dorm. There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, no one cares.
There was
They
very
could be
seldom.
doing it after hours. There's tons of ways. Look,
It was still dribbling on the wall, man.
yeah.
Oh,
Welcome to welcome to homosexuals.
well, good for them, I guess, but not so great for me. The only other gross out story was I was tasked with cleaning the showers, and then I was like, oh, somebody dropped their hairnet in the on the drain. I picked it up. It was pubes.
Oh God.
It was just a big fucking bush of pubes on the fucking drain.
Oh,
I remember having to
God.
bring that up in a meeting. I'm like, can we not shave our pubes into the drain, please? And not pick up after ourselves. And then fucking one of the guys he got up, he's like, he was like, I'm sorry, that was me. Like, you're a fucking dick. Well, I hope it looked bigger. Right, so being sick.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Why, thank you.
Oh,
Anyways,
good
what
timing.
did I come back to?
Back to your issue, actually.
Oh, being sick, man. It's also the point that I think I brought it up. It takes a lot out of you, like everything you do on a day-to-day basis. It just gets harder, and it's just like you just want to stay in all day,
I feel that. I feel that for sure. For sure.
Shit's not fun, man. I do not recommend it.
Will not do. We'll try not to do.
We're
Yeah.
pulling for you.
But getting sick, yeah, that's been my issue.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah.
I'm playing the world's smallest violin for
You're a
you.
dick. Fuck you, Riley.
Well, you fucking suck at it because I can't even hear it.
Well, then again, a
Right.
small violin's got to have a matching purse,
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Folks,
It's got its own case.
Folks, my issue is podcast breakups. Sometimes you're listening to a podcast
Yeah, I'm done.
and
Fuck this podcast. I'm out.
oh
See
shit.
ya.
Oh
No,
no! We're having a
no!
live podcast breakup. That's crazy.
Podcast
think we
breakup
set us
live
up.
on air.
You set us up for the bit.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But folks, sometimes you listen to a podcast and it's got all your favorite comedic personalities, and then something happens. Something happens between said personalities.
Oh, did Vito finally leave Big's problem?
No, that has not happened just yet, although it's looking
It was real close this week.
real scary, you know.
I only stayed long enough to hear my super chat. What happened?
No, after the show, fucking Vito has like a Twitter meltdown, and then he finishes it with, "Fine, you guys win. I'll stop trying to chase the show."
I'm glad. I'm glad he finally came to his senses.
Oh, that's good. I
Realized
mean,
that his fucking, oh my god, his income is literally everyone calling him fat. What a
That's-
fucking horrific revelation.
well, he needs to get over it then, or stop being fat. Now, he did read my super chat wrong, and I feel like if I'm ever going to bring it up, now's the time.
He needs to stop letting it weigh him down.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, yeah, no, fucking, I said that he should scrape off his head butter and sell it to witchy bitchies, but he said witchy bitches, and it almost killed it,
Damn.
because that was part of why it was funny, was because it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, but like,
Witchy bitches.
I wonder how much money he's going to lose on the next episode from people not super chatting.
Oh, Vito.
I'll still do it.
Fuck
I like
yeah.
getting called out.
Anyway, sorry, you had an issue? Really?
Oh yeah. So you know, sometimes you listen to a podcast for a very long time. I've been listening to this show for God, six years now. It's a little show I like to call Is It Kino? It is a movie review program hosted by disgraced banned YouTuber Monkey Jones and his wacky cast of friends. Recently that cast of friends has lost a member, and he was such a valuable member to the team, and I hate that he's become such a cuck and has ruined everything. One Florian Himsel. You might know him for making Binding of Isaac kind of a little bit. And he's been on Is It Kino for years and years. It all came tumbling down recently. It had kind of been like a years long Cold War where you could tell Florian was kind of just becoming sick of Monkey. And everything kind of blew up recently when one of Monkey's fans, the former host of this show, Hartsy Protsy, attempted to kill himself and posted a suicide note on Twitter. He's fine now. So shout out to Hartsy.
He got better.
He got better. And so he posted a suicide note because he tried to kill himself. And Monkey and Eggy did a stream where they read Hartsy's suicide note, and they kind of the characterization is that they made fun of it, and they kind of did a little bit, but I feel like 99.9% of what they were saying is entirely like tough love that Hartsy needs to hear. And Hartsy liked the stream and appreciated it when he came back. But despite this, Florian decided that it is a moral outrage that Monkey and Eggy would dare do this live stream. And now he no longer wants to associate with Monkey Jones because he read a suicide note on live stream. So rest in peace to the Kino crew. It's truly tragic. Florian was like a funny little cartoon character. I don't know what we're gonna do without him. He just always had the silliest opinions. And he had a funny accent, which that's always good.
Monkey can never catch a break, can he?
No, podcast breakups, 99% of the podcast breakups I'm sad about, one of the pieces of that puzzle is Monkey Jones.
Mm.
He's been involved in so many. He might have the record for podcast breakups.
Well, not just that, but like he's had the feds come after him. It's like YouTube hates him. I don't even know why he's allowed on YouTube anymore.
Wait, what? No, but Susan Wojcicki's dead. He
Oh,
should be able to come back now.
no, he is. He's under a different name. He's
They
suing
realized
TV
Monkey
now.
wasn't a threat, so they just don't give a shit now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
apparently cancer was a bigger threat than Monkey Jones, and it
It's
killed
just so
Susan
fucking
Wojcicki.
weird, this character. Like, why is this niche internet personality just constantly diving into like the weirdest spaces of the internet?
I don't know. I don't know, sir. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. My ego had me stuck on my own joke, thinking about how funny it was, and then I was like, fuck, Worf was saying something.
Yeah, but of
Yeah.
course, the biggest problem in the universe, the most famous podcast breakup. I've already done the Maddox issue, so I won't go too in depth. But of course,
What
that one's
breakup? That
famous because it was
podcast is
so
just fine.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, I know. But the biggest problem in the universe of the olden days, we lost it in its youth when it was
It paused.
just getting kicked up. It was gunned down by a rival gang in the streets. We lost that show. Something
But we-
about
That's the analogy you want to go with.
something about like funny people with commanding personalities just like facilitates rough relationships. Like if, when both figures have an equal power level, they
Well,
just naturally become inclined to start clashing.
Well, it's one gets jealous, right? Like it's always like one person realizes they are the lesser of two, and then they fucking ruin it. Timcast, Timmy Pool, his co-host, his first co-host was great. Like a lot of people said he made the show. Tim got jealous and booted him.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
It's
that's what happened with Opie and Anthony back in the day. Opie
Well,
realized that he was a wet fart and that he did not contribute to the show at all, and that made him upset.
So then also, then there's fucking. Wow, I totally just spaced the show.
What show is it?
Oh, right. And then I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh shit, do you think that happened with the whole Louder with Crowder thing? I'm like, oh wait, no, he was just beating his wife and showing his dick to everybody, and then not letting Dave Landau be funny.
Oh, was Dave Landau's co-host? Did Dave Landau quit?
Dave,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is a whole fucking thing. Dave Landau was the funniest fucking thing to happen to that show. Like, I didn't like Steven Crowder as a comedian. It was just kind of one of
No.
those places where I was like, well, I can get some news from here. And
Yeah,
that was kind of it. That's the only reason I gave a shit about that. And, yeah,
The weird thing about that is that, like there is like a lot of weird information where it might be that Dave was paid a lot of money to do what he did, but he also really did make that fucking show. So it's weird. Yeah, I can't watch Louder with Crowder after he left. I'm gonna be real. It's unwatchable.
yeah, well, I mean, I stopped watching it even before Dave Landau left. I mean, if we're real, like fucking, I thought there was always something weird about Crowder. Like he complained a lot. Like be like, I didn't show up to the show. My foot's broken. I'm like, dude, you could still your show is sitting down. You could still do the show.
Well,
But
I
yeah,
found
like he complains a
found
lot,
the
and I think I'm spotting a character flaw in this guy as far as him not being very funny. But yeah.
well, the problems I have with Crowder are the same problems I have with every closeted gay man, in that they're just like they cannot be genuine like from their core.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mm.
Do you see that video? The animated video of him and his fucking, quote unquote talk with Ethan Klein where his gun goes flaccid. It was pretty funny.
Hmm.
His
I don't
gun
know.
goes flaccid. How did that happen?
You'd have to see the video. Like
I-
he goes to like aim his gun and then the gun just goes like totally flaccid.
Is it like a cartoon or is it?
Yeah, it is. It's a cartoon. It's like
Oh, okay.
almost like fucking Gmod, really.
What's always weird to me about Crowder, though, is I cannot tell if he's like controlled opposition or just a shithead. Like Tim, you can tell he's kind of bought out.
Well,
Crowder's
I'm
one day he's saying shit that you're absolutely not allowed to say, and then the next day it's like this is the dumbest take I've ever heard.
yeah, I really would just I'd prefer to hear a conservative show where it's not like also looped in with Christianity. But then it would just be libertarian, and then it's like, okay, well, where the fuck is that show?
Sticks Hex and Hammer's live streams. That's about it.
Uh,
Yeah, that's all I can fucking stand anymore.
I mean, I honestly rather just watch Razor Fist, dude.
well, Razor Fist is also kind of he's
Razor
got some opinions I don't like too.
Well, I like Razor Fist, but I see where he's coming from, at least with his stuff. I'm, you know, I joke a lot on here about fucking Alex Jones, but let me tell you, when he starts talking about that Christ shit, my brain turns off.
He talks
Honestly,
about
I
the what?
just
I was
I just
coughing.
sit back and I just listen and I just observe his schizo ramblings, and it's.
I'll tell you what you gotta do.
hilarious.
You gotta believe in Christ. You gotta
Okay,
believe in Christ.
God
Christ is
told
the
me.
king.
God told me the digital clock would be this time, and it was.
Holy shit.
Dude, he has said that like 6 times, and I don't understand why he thinks it's a fucking miracle. Like,
He thinks he's the hand of God is the problem. No,
well,
he's been
yeah.
right about a lot of things, but not biblically.
Well, he sees it as his like divine purpose to like tell the world. But the issue is like,
That's what makes it
okay,
fun.
so you believe in the spiritual. I'm pretty sure any entity could tell you what time a digital clock is, Alex. You don't need to say this every day.
As it turns out, it really is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Whoa, whoa, dude, the thing in my head told me it would be 5 right now, and it is. Like, okay, Alex, it's not that great.
Honestly,
you-
it's like when they bring in religion to anything, it's like that's when I immediately fucking check out. Like,
Yeah,
nope.
that's agreed. That's a fucking big killer for me.
I mean, I'm okay with hearing about it.
Well, see, my issue is like I'm like I'm like a fucking freak occultist out here, and it's like every time I hear this shit, it's like, man, this is the most layman's understanding of religion that you can possibly have.
When
I
your
like-
morals are built around religion and you're just doing it because you have to, that's a character flaw.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing, right? Like we create morals so we can create like a better world to live in, and then religious people are like, no, we create morals because God says we have to.
I will be like generally fascinated by like religious people's like perspective on the world. Like I try not to be hateful. I just think it's stupid.
Well,
And I
Well, it's like
I like hearing about it. I think it's interesting. I like hearing people like who genuinely like believe talk about it and talk about how it affects their lives. I find it interesting because it does have a positive effect on people, some people. But then
Yeah.
there's the fucking wingnuts that just take it too far.
Well, you know what? This will be my issue this week. My issue is not understanding the history of your religion. Because
This is a
one
good
of
one.
the issues with any religious group is what they will do is they will look at a book. They will say, this book is the word of God. And they will listen to nothing the fuck else on the topic. The Bible, for example, is a very storied book. Like it's not the Bible we have is not the Bible the Council of Nicaea put together. The Council of Nicaea edited the works it put together. Do you know about the Council of Nicaea, Riley?
Is there a
You-
way to get a hold of this rough draft? Because I would like to read that.
Well, I'll get to that. But do you guys know what the Council of Nicaea is?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
So, like thousands of years ago, Rome was like in a state of collapse. You know, Christ probably actually happened. And like it drove people religiously insane. Because even during the time of Christ, there were like 4 or 5 sects like appearing from what he was saying. So, the remaining Roman, religious groups and leaders of the Christian churches needed to find a way to get things under control because it was getting real fucking scary. Uh, so they decided that they were going to take every Christian work that they could find and read through them and decide on these books are what we call canonical and these books are what we call non-canonical. And that's where you find the modern Bible is it is meant to be the Council of Nicaea's interpretation of what would be the accurate uh lore of Christ. The issue is there's about 30 or so books that are considered apocryphal. And the books that are considered apocryphal completely tear apart what are considered, canonical. And now the many throughout history, the Catholics and other groups have looked at these works, they've tried to understand them and they do try and build a canon around them, oftentimes just so they can, justify crusades that are not really justified anywhere, but you know, other issues. But the
Do,
big issue we have is Christianity in of itself, even in modern times, is 40 different religions all pretending to be the same one.
Yeah.
cool.
But it's with every religion, Islam. There's less sects of Islam, but there's four. Judaism, I know you're not supposed to talk about the Jews, but they've got three different sects. And they're wildly different. Like a Hasidic Jew is not going to be anything near what you would consider a normal Jew.
So he doesn't own a bank.
I think he does. Well, the Hasidics are hyper Jew, right? They full believe in all the works. There's a book called the Talmud, which is half of them consider it evil and the other half believe it is the word of God.
Wow. I mean, when they bite you, does your skin go numb?
Probably, you know. I don't want to dive into
Okay.
even the character of Christ himself, the idea that you would worship him almost entirely comes from stuff after his death. And the apocryphal works that say you shouldn't, a lot of them were burned.
Oh.
Hmm.
So we'll never know what the rough draft really was.
Well, the rough draft is 30 different books that were compiled. The Bible isn't a book, it is a compilation.
Almost kind of like a what would the right term be? A anthology.
Yeah. It just, over time, through many editings, because every translation of the Bible fundamentally changes the meanings. Uh, it's really changed. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it changed by a cat hair, you know?
one more thing
Nobody
on
can
this.
see that, Kang.
One of the most important books that was lost is called the Gospel of Judas, because Judas Iscariot had his own book written about for him. This was considered highly heretical because it basically predicted what would happen with Christianity. We only found a copy of this in 2016, I believe. That's how long
No
this book's been missing.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wait, but we found it?
Yeah, there is a half finished copy. It's not even the full book because the book they found was so damaged.
Oh, I gotta know.
You can find online, it's freely translated, although there is dispute to the translation. But basically, it's Judas talking to Jesus, and Jesus being like, yeah, people are going to do horrible things in my name, and I really just came here to, basically
Warn
make
you about
everyone
it.
face themselves.
Well, what if that was... I like that version of Christianity better.
It
The Christ that tells you, look in the fucking mirror.
Well,
That's
that's
the
what
fucking Jesus I want to worship.
well, that's what Christ was saying the whole fucking time. That's the little thing the church doesn't really like people talking about. And what the Council of Nicaea did is they turned Christianity from a religion of forgive yourself and forgive others and strive for a better world to a religion of dogmatic adherence to whatever your pastor says.
Do it because God told you to do it.
Do it because God told you to do it, not because there's like higher meaning or value to anything.
Have you seen the
Like,
clip the clip of a priest? I saw this on the fucking Ray William Johnson YouTube short, but it was probably like on TikTok or something.
What the fuck? That guy's still around?
Yeah. He fucking there was a priest who was giving like a speech, and he's like, if a family who's having a hard time financially has to choose between paying their whatever it's called or food, they should pay their toll.
oh yeah,
To
because
the
Jesus
church.
one time said like, pay your debts before you treat yourself.
I'm not sure that's what he meant.
Well, that's the thing, right?
If you're thinking, should I
Um,
pay the church or feed my children? The answer may surprise you.
yeah. But that's the whole thing, right?
Feed my children to the church.
My
Mm.
favorite example of this, like horrible bastardization of what Christ said, and I'm sure you're gonna get a lot of people real angry at me for saying this. Do you know the story of Legion?
No, what is the story of
This,
Legion? Tell
this
me.
is this is the most hotly debated and important story in all the Bible, and it goes to like sum it up. It goes something like this: basically, a guy's really fucked up because his daughter's like possessed by a demon. And Jesus goes like, "Okay, hi demon, who are you?" And the demon's like, "We are Legion." Or in original text, it says, "We serve Legion." Basically, it's like a gestalt consciousness of demons, as it's described. It's just like a fucking shit ton in this one girl's head, and Jesus is like, "Wow, that's kind of cool. Can you get out of this girl?" And they're like, "No, we are like a super hive mind. She's going to become part of us." And Jesus is like, "No, fuck you." And then he puts them all into a bunch of sheeps, and they all run off a cliff because the story is like together while they were fucking unbreakable, alone they were worthless. Uh, but the story ends really weird. Jesus is then asked a question. It's like, you know, I think it goes something like, how do we know your works are the work of God and not the devil? Like the guy's questioning whether Jesus is a holy man and not just a like some demon whisperer, because he did talk directly to a demon. And Jesus says there is only one sin that is unforgivable and leaves it at that. Now there are a lot of interpretations of that last line. Entire church sects entirely revolve around the idea of the unforgivable sin.
Wait, I thought the unforgivable sin was like talking shit about the Holy Spirit,
Well,
blaspheming the Holy
that's
Spirit.
that is what the church will tell you. But if you read the story, it very much seems to imply that the unforgivable sin is stealing someone's soul, taking away their freedom and individuality by force. Because the whole point of biblical stories is the entire story leads to a conclusion. The idea that the unforgivable sin would be questioning God does not play into the rest of the story, does it? The story is about a woman's soul being stolen and how that completely destroyed everything involved in that. Legion was worthless, apart. It only worked as a gestalt that was stealing people.
Well,
Bro,
that's
I
a real
can't believe
interesting way of
it's
looking
such
at it.
it's such whack logic to be like, if you don't believe in God, you're gonna go to
Jesus
hell.
actually says question everything, but because of that one line and that one very likely an edit of the Bible, you have entire sects that will, destroy your life if you question their supposed works of God.
I was really wrapped up in that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but you
like a
also
good
you
story.
gotta look at it this way, like, so if it's a work of God, then why has man been behind most, if not all of it?
Well, that's the thing, right? Well, Jesus in the traditional interpretation is the direct son of God. Uh, in other interpretations, the apocryphal ones, we are all the sons of God and should act accordingly. Jesus is just the martyr, the
Bad
one who,
joke incoming. What does that make the sun?
well, quantum theory has seemed to imply that the sun might actually be conscious. So good luck with that.
Bro, what the
Oh
fuck? The
shit.
sun knows what's going on up there?
It might. We don't quite know because in recent scientific discoveries, we've learned that the sun is not exactly a giant ball of fire, but actually like a very advanced quantum. What's the word? It's hard to explain. Basically, we discovered this thing called quantum chemistry, and it completely breaks all physics. And we have realized that the sun runs on this. This is very recent, by the way.
So, meaning that it's possible the sun won't just burn out like they originally thought.
It's very likely it's immortal, but we're not sure. We have no idea how any of this shit works. This is like last year of science.
Yep. And meanwhile, in the Mariana Trench, we know jack shit. We found like 2 fish.
Yeah,
Pretty
our
cool.
species
Yeah,
knows
right.
nothing about this universe, by the way.
You know,
We
there's like
barely even understand our own religions.
there's like a little ship down there, probably sitting.
But
you know.
yeah, I could literally go all day about why I despise modern Christianity and why it's stupid.
I mean, I don't necessarily despise modern Christianity. I despise more or less organized religion.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? Like the problem with organized religion is it basically incentivizes individuals to pervert its works for their own benefit. And the
Joel
whole,
Osteen being the biggest one.
I mean, then again, Jesus came to divide, not unite, right? Like his whole purpose was to fuck everything up so that the world didn't go the way it was going.
Yep. And boy, did that not pan out well for him, did it?
But you'll talk to a real, if you ever like bring this shit to a real Christian, you will watch someone lose their fucking mind.
You've just given
It,
me an idea.
it is a genuinely an experience because most Christians haven't actually read their Bible. Even the highly edited work of the Bible will lead you to this kind of thinking if you read it right.
I'd say even like finding out about it on your own is just like,
Well, there's a reason I left the church, man. They don't need my money. They don't need more cars. It's fine.
yeah, they don't need more Lamborghinis to roll up in, you know.
Yeah, they can do without.
I need to roll up in more than one Lamborghini at the same time.
I mean, there are some Jehovah's Witnesses that I absolutely love that are like absolutely kind and like the most fucking sweetest down to earth human beings you
Well, the
ever
thing
meet.
about Jehovah's Witnesses is a lot of that's fake.
Are you
They're
telling me
Well-
that they actually weren't there to witness Jehovah?
no, they're just religion demands them be like super upbeat and kind all the time.
I think it's really cool that they saw Genova, though.
Yeah, Genova's pretty
Genova?
based. She really should have taken better care of Sephiroth, though.
Yeah. Except that wasn't Sephiroth's mom. If you wait, not to spoil this part of the game, but like, yeah, everybody knows that fucking Aerith dies, but nobody really understands that like fucking Sephiroth was like born from Vincent's girlfriend at the time.
Well, I haven't really played the
Lucretia.
games, I'll be real. This
Oh.
shit's too deep of a rabbit hole for me.
Oh, dude, no, actually, the story is pretty good. People are like, oh, it's convoluted. It's like, no, it all does connect. You,
Well,
I think it's a worthwhile experience. Play the original.
everything I get into, I go way too deep into, so I have to pick and choose my battles. You know?
I'd actually recommend you fight most of the battles that you get into in that game. You'll never be
No,
able to
I mean
level.
like as far as being a lore nerd.
Well, yeah, that too. But no, I think it'd be a worthwhile thing. If you could spend fucking hundreds of hours playing whatever it is you play to grind up and all that shit, play Final Fantasy VII once all the way through. It's a worthwhile experience.
Very good.
I think anyway.
I was
I
also
love,
waiting for the remake, and then it turns out the remake's actually a sequel.
The remake is its own thing, and that's cool. It is
No, it's a
vaguely
sequel.
based off the original game.
No, it's literally a sequel.
It's not though.
No, the ending of 7 is the world ends, and the start of the start of remake is a new world.
No, it isn't. If
It's
they're in
literally
Midgar, then it's
no, it's
not.
literally it's literally a time travel plot where the people of the dying world are invading the new one to try and
Hey,
fix
did
it.
you spoil for me that the world dies at the end of Final Fantasy
Yeah,
VII? What
sorry,
the
it's a
fuck?
fucking ancient game.
I've never played it.
Are you going to play it
Oh,
on the
I've
PS1?
never, no, I've never finished it. I played a lot of it and planned to finish it at some point.
That's kind of crazy. As soon as I started, anytime I start a playthrough of that game, I don't stop playing it till I finish it.
I never finish games. I'm really bad.
One playthrough though, I've been talking about Habibi, doing this is we're gonna fucking get an old Game Shark and we're just gonna level the characters up to the max and then just start the game entirely overpowered.
Well, there was a guy who got to max level in Final Fantasy VII on Cloud in the first room.
Yeah, I know, and that's where I got my inspiration.
That's an interesting experiment would be like if you game sharks and you leveled up all your whole party to max. How far in the game do you have to get before you're not one-shotting everything anymore? I wonder.
Well,
It
see,
wouldn't take that long actually.
when I was a young lad, a young boy in my prime, I used to have this thing called a TTDS, which was a flash cart for a DS, and it lets you flash Game Shark codes onto it. So let me tell you, it's actually not that fun cheating in RPGs.
I don't know. It was pretty fun in Pokemon.
Well, Pokemon's different. Pokemon, you cheat because you want to make an optimal party and you don't want to deal with breeding.
No, but like I had a friend to trade me like a level fucking 100 Typhlosion very early on in Soul Silver, and I still enjoyed that game.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you're playing a JRPG and you cheat max level, you're missing out on the whole point of the game.
Gen 2 best gen.
Gen 2 is the best gen. Thank you.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like a
I'm a big-
journey you're
sucks
going on
threes
playing a
dick.
Listen, Diamond
JRPG.
and Pearl best gen only for one reason.
What?
There is about 3/4 of the way through the game, about 3/4, maybe 2/3. There's this dungeon called Mount Cornet, and it is about an 8-hour dungeon run to the next area. And
Is
if you
that the
die at
one with
any
the? Oh god.
and if you die at any point in it, you have to start over.
Oh god. Is this the dungeon that has that loop that's it really is just da 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 da
Maybe
da
I
da.
don't remember the music because I used to play it with the sound off. I just remember fucking
You
how many
bitch.
times I died because I just ran out of resources trying to get through this fucking mountain.
Oh, well, I don't know. I want to know what Pokemon game has that annoying dungeon music. I'm just curious about it. I want to know what it is so I can listen to the music and then decide for myself whether or not it's an annoying song or if it actually loops like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
No,
I-
the Mount Cornet song is like a cool like piano-y tune.
No, that whole dungeon is just no Pokemon before or after has had the balls to make something as sadistic as it, and that's why it's my favorite game.
Man, Pokemon's cool.
So is Magic the Gathering.
No, it's not. Shut the
Nah.
fuck up. You fucking nerd.
Oh, and talking about Pokemon isn't being a nerd.
No, it's not. It's being a Chad, actually. Chads play Pokemon.
That's why his name isn't even Chad. What a fucking loser.
Is Gingy even still awake?
Gingy. The Ginge
I'm
Man
here.
cometh.
Oh shit.
Ah, shit, it's Gingy. He's got to give us an issue. I wouldn't bother him. I would let him nap, but he's got an issue to do.
Totally.
I'm not, if you genuinely don't have the energy for it, I'll let you off.
No, give me a second. I fucking. Okay, all right. It's a micro one. I apologize, but small cuts.
Ah, dude.
And I'm not talking. I mean, yes, visibly seeing small cuts, but the problem with small cuts being is when you wash your hands, right? Soap and water, nothing. You feel nothing. The second you use fucking hand sanitizer, it's like you're sticking your hand in fucking nothing but salt and barbed wire.
Ouch.
That or, you fucking notice you have a cut on your finger, and so you put a band-aid on your finger, and now it feels incredibly awkward that you have a fucking band-aid there. Or if you're trying to hold a controller, but you can't grip it comfortably because of the fucking band-aid.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
So I won.
Yeah, I think you won
Yes.
this week.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Folks, I want to thank you for listening to the Issue Crew podcast once again. Wonderful episode. We'll see you next week for our 2-year anniversary show. Although technically, I don't know if I fucked something up here. So 52 weeks is a year. Yes, this is a correct statement.
Yeah.
We've never missed a week on this show. But yet the actual anniversary of I guess I don't know how long the channel was up before the podcast went up. Now that I think about it, because I saw like a couple days ago on the Issue Crew channel, it was like, it's your channel's birthday. And I was like, what? That's not true yet. But perhaps I'm conflating channel date with podcast date. There were some kinks in the there's some kinks in the gears starting up this show. So that's what I answered my own question. I logicked myself into an answer as I was asking. Folks, thank you for listening to this stupid shitty podcast. Captain Blackbird, where
We
can our
love ya.
listeners find you?
Well, our listeners can find me at youtube.com/Captain Blackbread. I think that's case sensitive, so make sure you actually capitalize those letters. And well, this is a fucking load of bilming schloup. Where the hell is everything? Ah, here we are. To hear yourself on the show, call our voicemail line 727-487-1137 or email us theissuecrew@gmail.com. And most importantly, vote! Please, for the love of fuck, vote! We've been having to break our own ties and break our own dicks over this shit.
Please vote. Please,
Vote
you have to
using-
vote.
Vote using the link in the description, whether that's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or on the YouTube video.
Wherever you're listening to the show, it's gonna be there.
Yeah, so as soon as you hear the episode, remember to vote for me.
Vote for Cats and Blackbread, folks. And that's the end of that plug. And now it's time for the other plugs.
Just about to say.
Kang, what's going on? Tell me.
You can find me at linktr.ee/Grimrealm.
Epic based sick. Gingy.
I run a video game podcast with Senior Riley called Pixels, Polygons, and Fun. Episode just went up. It was about Star Wars. Pretty much listening to two of the other hosts of the show just fucking rip apart the fucking franchise after fucking Disney took it over.
I almost joined and I was like, no, I would add nothing to this. I'm just gonna join and be silly. And DJ Skywalker is gonna be upset that I'm there because I've never seen any Star Wars besides the original trilogy, which I didn't even like that much.
But also stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. The first episode should be going out here soon, but started a D&D podcast called The Four Pillars, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
The
you gotta
only
have me
thing-
on. You gotta have me on as like a one episode
Absolutely.
character.
I will give you a sneak peek on my character. His name is Ball, pronounced it's spelled Baal, and his critical character flaw is that he likes shiny things. So
My character's gonna be called Shane, and his whole life goal is just gonna be to make Ball upset.
of course, but yeah, stay tuned honestly for that.
I could be like the Eldritch voice actor that just like narrates half of what happens.
But yeah, that is
Do it.
it.
Folks,
So
allow me to tell you the tale of the time that Gingy crossed the fucking Frostco Mountains.
I say, sir, that's fucking preposterous.
anyway, that
Family
is
Guy
it.
cutaway.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. That should be out in the next few weeks. Just getting some final touches done for it, but that's it for me, Riley.
That is
Cutaways
the
kinda suck.
Captain Blackbread makes the the Family Guy cutaway jag joke, and like that's a type of humor that I really like, but it's really hard to make work without being cringe. Like some of my favorite like moments in Let's Play history, as a big fan of the Let's Play genre, is people will just like spin a whole yarn of like a scene like it's a fucking Family Guy cutaway gag. I think when done right, that can be absolutely fucking hilarious, but it's like a hard thing to pull off. Who else
All right.
hasn't plugged? Just Worf, right? Worf, tell us.
Yo, I'm Warficus. You can find me at True Warficus on X. I stream occasionally. We've been kind of bad about that. Sorry, a lot of real life stuff's been fucking me up. But I should be back pretty soon. I'm working on some YouTube videos. We'll see if some cool stuff comes out.
We'll see. And folks, linktr.ee/Riley Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe for all your Riley podcast needs, and also Riley YouTube channels and stuff. I have a Let's Play channel called Big Guy Little Guy with Andrew. You might remember him, that fucking Brillo-headed fuck.
And
Thanks
yo,
a-
I'm Casey, and you can find me at the real OG Casey on X.com.
Holy shit!
I'm
Hell
Casey,
yeah!
and that's peace.
Shout out to Casey. See you next week, folks. Goodbye.
Auf
Catch y'all later.
Wiedersehen.